and welcome back to my channel today. My name is Mimi. If you're stopping for the first time, you are most welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. So in today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys how to go about cutting and sewing this reversible pinafore jacket. I saw this on YouTube here. It was inspired by Rime, and I decided to give it a trial, and guess what? Mine came out so nicely. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, please keep on watching and let's get started. So guys, for this particular video, we'll be making use of our two different African prints, and we're making use of 1.5 yard for each of them, and also be making use of our basic bodies pattern. I already have mine drafted out like this. So the next thing I'll do is to turn over to the side I don't have the drawings, and then from my shoulder I'm just going to come in by 1 inch like this. You can equally decide to maintain the shoulder just like that, but for me I'll be coming in by 1 inch. And then after that, go ahead and take your round waist measurement divided by 8 inches. And for me, after I was done dividing, I have my 3.5 inches. I'll just go ahead and make a point there, and then I'll connect that point to meet with the one on the shoulder just like this using my rule. Go ahead and connect yours to meet. And so after I was done connecting, this is what I have. And the next thing I will go ahead now to do is to cut out with my scissors. So go ahead and cut yours also. And then after I was done cutting, this is what I have. And then I'll be using this to cut on my actual fabric. But first, we are going to be using this to cut for our back bodies. So for me, I will be taking my neck depth for the back to be 1 inches. So I'll just go ahead and make the mark there, and then I'll connect to meet my shoulder here, and then I'll go ahead and cut out. Every other thing will be the same apart from the neck depth. So my neck depth, what I used there was just 1 inches. So go ahead and connect or mark yours like this, and also go ahead to cut out. So I'll keep cutting till I get to the end of my pattern. And so after I was done cutting, this is what I have. And then I will take this aside, and also I'll be using this to cut for my front piece. This time around I'll be maintaining this neck depth, and also our front piece won't be in a fold. In other words, we will not, or we'll be slitting it rather, the front will not be in a fold. Just watch closely to understand what I mean. So I'll just go ahead and keep cutting like this till I get to the end of my pattern, and then I'll also cut out the front. Remember, the back piece was on a fold, but this one I'll just go ahead and cut out the front like this. And so after I was done, this is what I have. So the next thing I will go ahead to do right now is to repeat all the process of cutting. I'll go ahead and repeat it on this other fabric. So after I was done repeating on the other fabric, this is what I have. So the next thing I'll do is to take this one aside, and then bring the green fabric, open the back piece, place the front one on its right side facing each other, and then I'll just go ahead and use 0.5 inches to sew on the shoulder like this, and also I will repeat the same thing on the other fabric. So after I was done, this is what I have for the two of them. So the next thing I'll go ahead to do right now is to bring one of it like this, and then I will place the other one on top of it, right side facing each other, just like you see me do. And then the next thing I would do is to go ahead and arrange them properly, just the same way you see me do. Make sure it is well arranged. And then after that, the next thing we're going to do right now is to stitch on the areas I'll be showing you. And so after arranging properly, now this is the area we'll be sewing. I'll be sewing like this from this bottom part up round my neck, and then also come down to this place, and then I'll also be sewing the sides. I will not be sewing the bottom part of it. Please remember, I will not be sewing the bottom part of it because we'll be turning out our fabric from there. So you are going to go ahead and also sew the sides like this, and then repeat the same thing on the other side and this side too, and then on the neck round like this. So I'll just go ahead and do mine. So after I was done, this is what I have, this is what I mean. As you can see, I went ahead to stitch, and then I left the bottom part of it. So from here I'll be turning our fabric to the right side. So go ahead and turn yours, and then after I was done turning, this is what I have. I'll just go ahead and use my scissors to push out these edges. So after I was done with this, I also did the same thing to this other side, and this is the outcome I have right here. And so after I was done with that, the next thing I will go ahead to do right now is to fold my fabric like this and make sure it is well arranged. Also go ahead and arrange it like this, just the same way you see me do. And then I will go ahead and take my tape and mark from my waist. I will take 2 inches upward, and then go ahead and mark 2 inches upward like this. And then after I was done marking that line, I'll just go ahead and connect it with my rule. And the next thing I'll go ahead to do is to cut it out. Now this part we've cut out, we'll be replacing it with our band. We'll be replacing it with our 2 inches band. So go ahead and also cut out yours like this after measuring. So I'll just go ahead and cut out mine. And so after I was done cutting, this is what I have. So I'll just keep this aside for now. So the next thing I will be doing right now is to bring my 70 degrees flay I already cut out behind the scene. In case you don't know how to cut this out, please let me know in the comment section, so I'll be dropping a video on how to cut a 720 degrees flay. And as you can see, I went ahead to cut out 2 pieces for each of them. So now I'll be slitting one side of each of them. I'll just go ahead and slit like this. Each of them, go ahead and slit one side of them. I would repeat the same thing for the 4 flays I have here. I'll just go ahead and cut out one side of each of the flay. And then after I was done with that, here is what I have. So another thing I will do right now is to join the 2 flays together. So I'll just go ahead and place one on top of one, right side facing each other, and then I'll go ahead and sew it like this. I'll go ahead and join. I'll repeat the same thing to the other one, and then after I was done, this is what I have. So the side that does not have the joining, remember our Pinafore, the Peplum part of it, there's a curve in front, so it is that curve will be curving out now on our flay. So go ahead and place the 2 flays together like this. You can do this with your free hand. You can, if you want to draw it also, you can just go ahead, but I'll be doing this with my free hand. I'll just go ahead and cut it out like this. So this is what I mean, the curvy effect we have on our flay. This is how I am cutting mine. You can just decide to cut yours also with your free hand like this, or you can also decide to draw it before cutting. Whichever one is okay. So I'll just go ahead and cut out mine like this. And then after I was done cutting, this is what I have. As you can see, this is taking shape already. So the next thing I will do right now is to bring my two flays, and I will open it up like this, bring the other one and place on top of it, right side facing each other, and then I'll just go ahead and sew round. You can see our flay is full. This is why it is a 720 degrees flay. So just go ahead and bring the two of them like this and place them right side facing each other, and then I'll just go ahead and sew from here all the way round till the end of my flay. And so after I was done sewing, this is what I have. And then I'll also go ahead to turn it over to the right side, to just go ahead and turn yours too. But before doing that, I'll just go ahead and cut out my excess that I have. And so after cutting the excess, I will just go ahead and turn my flay. So go ahead and turn yours just the same way you see me do. So after turning, this is what I have. So the next thing I will do right now is to place it together like this, and then make sure I get the center of our flay. Go ahead and place yours together like this, and then this is the center. So I'll just go ahead and make a notch there, and then after making my notch, I'll just keep this aside. So the next thing I went ahead to do was to cut out my band. Remember I said we'll be replacing what we cut out on our pinafore with a 2 inches band. So this is the band, and the length of it will be your waist measurement times 2, your waist measurement into 2. So this is how long mine is, and then after that I'll also fold it together to get the center, and then I'll just go ahead to notch. And then after notching, this is what I have, and then I'll just bring in my flay. Remember the part we notched on our flay, go ahead and place it with the part you notched on your band. Place it together. Make sure the green fabric is also matching with the green fabric on the flay, and the other one will also match with the other one. So go ahead and place them like that, and then after placing, I'll just go ahead and sew all the way round, and this is what I have. So after I was done, I will just go ahead and bring my pinafore and also make a notch at the center back of it, just like this. And then I will just go ahead and place it like this with the one on my flay. Make sure the fabric are just matching together the same way you see me do. Have you seen? This one is matching with the one on the flare, and the green one is matching with the green on the flare. So go ahead and place it like this. And for the front, we'll be placing this front to meet the last point where our flay ends. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but this is what I mean. Go ahead and place it like this, just at the end of the flay, and then after that I'll just fold in my band like this, and I will top stitch on top of it. And so after I was done top stitching all the way around, this is what I have, and you can see how beautiful this came out. So I'll just go ahead and place this on my mannequin so you could see how it look. Thank you for watching, and please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Bye, and see you in our next one.